Hey y'all, today I thought I might do both of the ways that I contour. I'm not really an expert on contouring, but you know, I have learned a couple things. One of the ways is super simple. It's more like a bronzing type contour than it is really contour, if that makes any sense. But it's what I do for, you know, just every day a lot of times. And then the other way is like a super sculpted type contour, and I'm going to do it on each side of my face. So I already have all of my face makeup done. I have my foundation, and then I set my foundation with the Makeup Forever high definition setting powder. I really like it actually. It's super soft and makes everything really nice and silky. But first, I guess I figured I might, you know, go over like what types of colors I use personally. Now it's gonna be different for everybody depending on your skin tone, you know, of course, and even your skin type. Like if you're dry or oily or combination, you might want to use a different product than what I'm telling you. Or, you know, if you're super fair, you might not like these colors. They might be too orange for you. And of course, if you're darker than me, it's not going to show up. But they do, I think Walmart and Walgreens, I've seen it's like a primarily darker skin tone section, and they do have contouring kits, so there are some pretty dark colors in there, so you know, those are options as well. But the colors that I like to use, now this is my, it's just like a small Z palette that I got from Sephora. This is a Pixie bronzer. I don't use it a whole lot, but I like it. It's I use it a lot during the summer because it's shimmery. This is one of my favorites, obviously. These two. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and then this is NARS Laguna. I like NARS Laguna a lot because it's really easy to build. Like, you can go in a couple times with your brush and put it on your face, and it's not like just gonna look like a stripe across your face, which is what we don't want. Well, I don't like that look. Some people, you know, you can tell that they have contour on, and that's perfectly fine. If, you know, that's the way that you want to wear it, that's fine. That's just not, I like it to look more seamless, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And then one of my favorite bronzers currently, I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I think I mentioned in a past video that I was gonna take it back. Well, I decided to use it and try it out, and I've actually been kind of enjoying it, more so as a bronzer than a contour. But I just thought I would mention it because it's something that I have. One of my current favorites is the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche. But this color to me is a really good contour color. It's not really super orange. I don't know if you can say that. It's super soft, really blendable. It's more of a grayish color than it is reddish like a bronzer would be. I use that one a lot, and it's only $5 or $6, I think, so you can't beat that, right? So on days, I guess like work days and every day, 9 times out of 10, I just bronze. So it's kind of in the hollows of my cheeks and on top of my cheekbones as well. I know that some people might say that that's not right and that's not the way that you should do it, but that's how I do it, and that's how I like to do it. I usually take a pretty big fluffy brush. This one's nice because it's kind of like smushed a little bit. And this is just a Cala brush. Now, none of my Cala brushes have numbers. I found them at Bell's Outlet, but in like a pack. I just take a little bit on my brush, definitely tap off the excess. I start up here and kind of bring it down and work in circular motions. I stay in this area and kind of towards the top of my cheekbone because I like that, you know, sun-kissed type look that it gives. Now, you might not even be able to tell on camera. Yeah, you can kind of tell the difference. This cheek just looks like it has more color to it. And so this is kind of what I do just as an everyday makeup look. And then I might take a little bit of NARS Laguna because that one's not so orange as the Rimmel is. Just take like a touch of it and go in the actual hollows of my cheek instead of on top. Sometimes I will take a clean brush. This is an e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. It's also a little bit smushed too. I guess I like my smushed brushes. and just go up under where we put that down and kind of clean it up a little bit. You can take translucent powder on your brush if you want to, or you can take, you know, like a lighter color if you want to and go up underneath. Sometimes I do. I feel like it helps kind of smooth it out. And so that's how that side looks. And this is the blank side. So as you can see, this side just looks like it has, you know, a bit of color to it, a little bit more definition in the cheeks. And for the other side, this is something I do more of, like if I'm going, you know, to an event with my husband maybe, or if we're, I don't know, if I just feel like being more sculpted than normal, if we're going out to dinner or something. You don't have to have a rhyme or reason to, you know, contour. This time I'm going to take the Wet n Wild contour palette because this color suits me. This brush I got from a friend. It's just called a blush brush. It doesn't have a number or anything, but it's smaller, kind of tapered, kind of smushed around the edges. It's not a big fluffy brush like I did just a second ago. So I'm going to dip into that palette and take a little bit on this side. This time I'm going to actually start in the hollow of my cheek instead of more towards the top. You can suck your cheeks in if that helps you find where the hollow of your cheek is actually. Because if you can see, it's just right along here. Now I did take, you know, a little bit extra time blending that out and just making it not so harsh, but you can still tell that I have something there. So when I look straight on at you, now there's a definite shadow. And again, I'm going to take that same palette and that lighter color and that same e.l.f. Flawless face brush and go right up under that contour. Kind of press it on, help blend it out a little bit, and go on top of your cheekbone too, just to make it look a little bit softer and smooth. And that's really it, to be quite honest. That's all I do. This is more my day-to-day, obviously, you can tell. And this one is actually a little bit more structured. I'm also going to take the new Wet n Wild highlighter in the Sweetest Bling. It's one of their new limited edition ones. I happen to get my hands on the pink one. I can't find the blue one anywhere, but this, oh, so pretty. It's so pretty. And put a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Just a tiny amount of highlighter. Now when I do my foundation and stuff like that, I do, you know, I have acne, so I don't usually wear full coverage foundation, so you can kind of see some of it poking through the contour on either side, but you know, that's just how my skin is, and it doesn't really bother me a whole lot, so I don't really feel like, you know, going in with a ton of makeup to cover it up. Plus, I feel like the bronzer and the contour kind of help hide it just a little bit because the darker colors on top of some of the scarring, I don't know. Anyways, that's just me. But, you know, like I said, you can still see that peeking through, but you can tell the difference from, you know, everyday to a little bit more sculpted and chiseled, I guess. But yeah, that's just how I contour. And like I said, I had all my makeup done. You know, I did my concealer and made sure that my foundation is definitely set with some kind of translucent powder, or even if you want to go in with like a powder that's similar to your skin tone, that would be fine too. I don't like putting the contour and the bronzer on top of foundation because it is tacky normally, and so it likes to grab onto it, and then you can get like, you know, patchiness and kind of rough spots that you have a little bit of trouble blending out. So I just like to make sure that I have a smooth powder surface to put another powder on top of. I feel like it blends nicely. It makes the application more smooth and easier. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe if you would. Give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments below, any questions or anything you have. I will leave everything listed in the description box as usual. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Like. What is it gonna? Wait, me tell me I'm gonna stick on my teeth. And I guess. I don't know. Do you know?